Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another stream. Back to the modeling desk. Continuing Deathscythe build. So I've done a little bit of customization off stream. Wanted to test something. Because one of the main issues I've had with some of these Gundam wing kits is a lot of these, like where would usually be panel linings in a lot of kits, are actually just like gaps between the panels. Because of that, it's kind of ugly when you try and panel line it a lot of times. So, I actually don't know. How well does this show up on camera? Oh, it's still pretty subtle even on camera. Yeah, what I've done here is I've gone and I've actually like painted the inner edge of all these panels black. Rather than doing panel lining usually like over top of it. Yeah, he definitely stands out a lot more in spots. It's actually probably most notable right here underneath the knee. Yeah. But yeah, it's a little more subtle, but it actually turned out pretty okay. And I did a little bit of silvering some of the inner parts and a little bit of gold paint on the side there as well. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing that for both legs. But I kind of wanted to leave this other one undone so I can do a compare and contrast. Yeah, they look pretty okay. It's definitely more noticeable from like the front down here. Comparatively. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Hang on here. Chat up here. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna be moving on. Build our waist parts. Start, and then we'll probably keep working our way up, and we'll probably get the chest done tonight as well. Who knows? If we set a good pace, we might keep going, try and get everything but the wings done, and then I can do the wings next time. I think I'm gonna keep up what I was doing last week, and try and get all the parts out, and process them all at once, and then just do one big assembly phase, because I kind of like that. Just gotta remember which screw's which. Where's XA here? There it is. 18, 19. Actually, any other one of the XAs. What XPs though, so we'll grab those next. No. Hinge. Let's see, the other skirt, I'm assuming that's going to be for the other sprue. $23. Alright. Oh yeah. go. Actually, there wasn't a max piece there, wasn't there? For the top of the waist. 17. What a 8. It's the problem with taking a week off building this stuff, is I completely figure out which screws are which. Okay. Oh, A is probably multicolor. Yeah. Wow, that really means, doesn't it? Oh no, I actually didn't need that one yet. Oh well, set it aside for now. 6 of 1. Oh, it's clear, I see. That's why I was thrown off. Sneak this off by itself. I don't lose it. Four. Just compare how different the shape these are to make sure it's easy enough to tell them apart. It is. That's my one worry about cutting all the parts out, getting parts mixed up. I used to have quite a bit of problem when I first started these, but I actually haven't had to deal with that in a while. So I kind of started paying a little more attention. But that was the main reason I usually try and assemble as I go. To worry about that. This one. And 16. 16 is with the second one. Rub 17 first. skirts are actually a little more mechanically complex. I remember them being. I'm assuming they're pretty similar to Deathscythe. That was one of the things. I pulled my regular MG Deathscythe out and did a bit of compare and contrast between the two, and there's a lot that's similar. Which is to be understandable, but like the legs are almost entirely the exact same, just different colors. Well, 11, 12. These two. There we go. That should be all of that. Actually, that's almost all of these pieces. Wait, where's the other one of those? I didn't actually finish cutting it out. I didn't. There we go. Some from D, some from H. Five, six. Yeah, it's got a pretty noticeable flow line right there. I hate when there's such an obvious one like that there. Well. Cool. D. Those couple should be from this H. And the polycows. Can't forget that. Triple throat sculptor H2. Okay, yeah, sorry. Lost my train of thought there. I should probably grab my Deathscythe shelf. We can kind of compare and contrast this part as well. We'll do that on the stream. Yeah, I mentioned these leg parts 100% identical except for color. Okay. Ooh, there are some G ones that I should grab those. These are these, aren't they? Let's see. G. Oh, these guys. And 11. Polygons. Two. Three. So, this should be all the parts of the waste. Parts, skirts. Central waistbits. Quite a rough cut in this one. They got that close. Yeah, I kind of expect this kit to be pretty much just Deathscythe with a couple of accessories. It was kind of, I don't know why I was expecting this based on the like image on the box, but I was kind of expecting it to have the double scythe. But that must just be the TV version of it. Although now that I'm looking at the box art, what is this here supposed to be? There's like another beam something in the background. Oh wait, that's the same image that's on the front of this guide, isn't it? I can just pull that up and that'll show up much better on camera. Yeah. It's here too, even though there's no background. What is this beam supposed to be from? Oh yeah, there it is. There's the TV version with the double scythe. I don't think they have an MG version of the TV one, is there? At least not our current one. Oh, it's supposed to be the slashing path. You can kind of see it more in this image, where it's supposed to be like the path of the scythe. Okay. Most of this cover is going to worry too much about cleaning up how it looks as long as it's smooth. But that's also part of what I did on these. I went around, sanded a bunch of the nub marks down. Still some stubborn ones. Like, I don't know how well this actually shows up on camera. It's a very clear, like, discoloration. Oh, I can't barely see it on camera, so that makes me feel better. I've heard about that with certain dyes they use on these. That's why on certain colors there's always a discoloration. It's because the dye either gets concentrated or pushed away from the injection point, which is where the nub is. These ones will probably be on the outer part. They're the ones that should be the most careful about these second cuts. Try to make the blades nice and lined up with the surface. That. So it's awkward. Should be cleaned up. Mar the surface where I'm anchoring these as well. but I'll probably end up sanding this a bit. Although it's in a pretty good spot, honestly, for nub discoloration. Definitely had a little extra material still there. This one too, honestly, too. Although one thing I did notice when I was doing some sanding, I haven't done a whole lot of sanding. So because of that, I did go at a little bit too much of an angle at certain points. So it's kind of hard. It actually gets covered nicely. There's much more of a gap here than there's supposed to be because I wore these sides down a little too much. Works out though. Like I said, I think I actually really like the effect. It's definitely a little more subtle than out panel lining it. But I have a lot of trouble panel lining where panels actually meet rather than like built-in panel lines. So it ended up working out pretty okay compared to what it usually is. As I said, it's in a pretty good spot for there to be a nub mark. Pretty sure most of that will be fairly hard to see, but I still might end up doing a bit of sanding. Probably not. I think I'll focus on getting it built first, then I'll do all the aftercare stuff. There's one thing I should have been more paying attention when I did this, is I ended up painting quite a few bits that got completely covered that I didn't need to. Or sanding, rather. Sanding nub marks that were then going to get either not visible or... oh, where's my train of thought going? It's either not visible or it gets painted over. Like this bit of silvering I did on the knee here. There's actually another bit of silvering that's completely covered by this upper plate on the top side of this hinge. But I didn't realize it would get covered when the armor goes on there. And you can only really see these silvering. Oh, same here. There's like a almost screw pattern underneath here, this plate that I painted silver to match up with these other bits, but it got completely covered. At least I won't have to worry about that the minute I do the other leg. I'll know that ahead of time. Yeah, mostly did that off stream, so I don't have a whole lot of experience actually sanding. Kind of wanted to take my time and really focus on it first time. I didn't do that on stream. I might do the other leg on stream. Sanding's also just time consuming. Two. Very gentle with the clear piece. These are, like, it's generally not recommended to cut these clear pieces at all with like good single-sided snippers. It's so easy to overstrength and damage your blades. I always go very slowly on applying pressure when I do them. Okay, so that's the central waist, all ready to go. Get these skirts prepped. Oh, and actually, this little hook of this. Yeah, because these just attach right onto the waist unit. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be the last wing kit I do for a while. I think if I end up doing another wing kit, it's probably going to be after I pick up. Somewhere down the line, I want to get one of the Supernova third-party heavy arms kit. So that one comes with an extra pair of double Gatling guns, and the one I was looking at also comes with the. Is it? I've heard it. I've always heard it as EGAL unit, like IGEL, but in the like mobile SD gacha game, it's actually called like Eagle unit. I don't know if that's a mistranslation or that's always what it was intended to be. The Eagle as like EAG. Everywhere I've seen them posted like for the heavy arms, it's spelled the other way. So I'm assuming that, but that's like an official product, so who knows? Oh, way too deep there. Okay, at least it's an internal part. It's a reminder of how sharp these are. These light purple pieces actually clean up pretty nice. Similar to how well the white plastic usually cleans up. But I think that's more of a factor of like the. Wait, why isn't this? Oh, it's from the other direction. There we go. Another skirt down. let's organize this a bit. Finish ones on the left, finish ones on the right. I definitely do way more of this cleanup with just these nippers than I probably should. Probably should make more liberal use of sanding sticks, sponges and sticks. End up with a better product overall, but I just find it's way more efficient just to use these nippers, and I've gotten pretty good at them. But I need to get more efficient with sanding. Just if for any other reason, just to speed it up when I do want to do it. I'm painfully slow in it right now. More care with these exterior panels. Make them nice and clean. Well, the positioning of the nubs of them is very good. It's on like the exterior parts that will be facing inwards toward the model. Yeah, that game, the game I was mentioning before, the like mobile game, like the Gundam game I've been playing a bit, it uses like all the SD's designs. Which I've definitely come to not dislike it as much as it was upon my initial impression of it. I really didn't like any of the SD designs when I first saw it. But I think a big part of that is I saw like a lot of the like SDEX stuff where it's very like over the top, like Chinese general equipment type stuff, like anime eyes. But the like MGSD stuff all looks really good. I've heard amazing. Their kits are actually a super fun time. And that game's all that style, where it's basically just miniaturized stuff. And I actually found a guy on the guy on Twitter I ended up following. He does like custom MGSTs by basically combining parts from an HG and an MG version of a suit to get the proportions of the SD. It's actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's what it was. It was like the chest, shoulders, and like skirting were from like the MG, along with like the feet from the MG. But then a lot of the leg parts were and arm parts were high grade, and then the head was from a perfect grade. That's what it was. And that's how they kind of got the proportions right for the SD line. I think they had to do some custom work on like the midsection to get into the right proper proportions as well. I think that was the only part he had to kind of like custom sculpt. So they basically had to like hollow out the bottom of the MG's chest to get it to the right like torso height. Yeah, I've been following a lot more like Japanese creators in the gunpla community on Twitter recently. It's been neat. There's been a guy I've been following who almost exclusively does like mech cosplays. That's been super neat to see how a lot of he gets a lot of the like, inner workings and stuff to do cool stuff. He recently posted like a Big O cosplay he did. He like showed how the arms basically like separated into three pieces for traveling and like had interior handles to make it easier for him to hold them up. This one's an awkward spot. Let's do rubber detail. Go skirts. Oh yeah, we're getting lots of this guy done tonight. I don't know why the legs took me so long. I was kind of surprised how little this guy got done the first build stream of this I did. But I was using a slightly unfamiliar method of like cutting and prepping all the pieces at once, which I hadn't really done a lot before. So maybe that had something to do with it. Oh, is that? No, it's the exact same spot I went too deep on the other piece too. Not learning from my mistakes, I am not. Nice. Oh, it's great done. Just the side skirts, I believe. Oh, these outer panels are pretty soft. Easy to go way too deep here if I'm not careful. Too deep on this cut, that is. Gouged surface. So I think these are the internal part, right? Oh, kind of. Oh, simple enough. Yo, Jashido, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Just working on the waste unit. Deathscythe here. Oh no! Anything caught your eye? I took a quick look at it before stream, but nothing really jumped out at me. Oh, interesting. I wasn't the biggest fan of Paper Mario, but I did like it quite a bit just for how much like Mario RPG it was. I loved Mario RPG. And I know those are pretty much like the spiritual successor to that game. But I think I only really played the first one for Paper Mario. What's that game called? Esque one. Sure, I can just look and I'd probably see it. Usually a pretty distinct style. Okay, maybe assembly time. Oh, just completely forgot about that clear piece. I would probably have lost that. Oh, let's lay out our pieces. Oh, it's all mixed together. Oh, worst. Be obvious which belongs to which. Oh, my roommate loves the Trails games. Should mention that to him, although I'm pretty sure he probably already owns them all. experts next to each other here, actually. Oh, too bad. Swap. These guys up in the middle. There. So there's all the pieces for the waste units. Oh, once again reached assembly time. So waste units, polycap, and together. Top. Other way around. There we go. Front and back. So these detail pieces. Snaps on top. And snaps on front. Oh, this is actually a spot where we're going to want to put a sticker. We actually haven't run into many yet. Well, let's do this real quick. Oh, I have my knife here, though, don't I? I think this part gets covered up, so I want to stick it right now. This is actually, I had one specifically for sticker application, but I'm not sure where it went. There's a lot to do. Oh. Easy peasy. Yeah, it does get slid over. central part of our waist unit with a nice sticker. Let's build up some skirts. Let's hook onto the hinge. Oh, that here first, and then attach that bit. Okay. Snaps in. Snaps in with brackets. And our detail piece snaps on the outside. There we go. It's actually a nice little bit of depth there. Right over that separate piece. That's good. I think it's all good. Make sure so it doesn't fall apart when I'm handling it. Yeah, let's get these other skirts put together and then we'll assemble it all together at once. Same for the other side. Outside. Ta-da. Looks like they have the hook in there already. Seem to want to go as much, but I think that might be by design. It's pretty tight. I haven't really even looked at the manual this whole time. Last couple steps at least. They'll follow pretty much the same pattern. Interior skirts. It's right inside the middle here. Oh, I should have inserted it into this first. Oh well. I think that super matters. There. And same on the other side. I guess it's more or less just to give this more reinforced backing to pop into. Because it was a little flimsy when I inserted it on the other side. There. These. Something like that. Back skirts. Ooh, that's a little. Oh, okay, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. It's on a ball joint. That's why I was going to say that feels pretty loose, but it's supposed to be for flexibility. Still, those are going to pop off like nothing. It says it wants us to put the legs on first before we put these side skirts on. So actually, let's do that. Yeah, this waist unit actually seems like it's unique, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll take a peek here once I got it all together. Skirt underneath the exterior skirts. There we go. Our leg and waist units. Yeah, let's grab regular Deathscythe action and compare, do a little compare and contrast. Oh no, it's still identical actually. So yeah, if anything, it's just a little less color separated. Looks like it's pretty much the exact same design still, which is fine. As I said, it's the same suit, so you kind of forget that a little. Yeah, there's the regular Deathscythe I have. Why does this feel loose? Just how it's angled. Oh, this actually feels like, yeah, it is coming off. Okay, hold on. Oh, I put too much pressure on that. It probably came out interior wise. That's. There we go. Okay, yeah, it's on there again. Slide to it. Hey, what did I say? Was that being something will pop right off? Well, it was the side skirt, not the back skirt, like I said. But yeah, that knee joint's loose. I'll try and fix that later. That is. For now, he's going to stand over here. Talk. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm in the mood to play with recently. I've been burnt out on all the stuff I've been playing. Let's start doing the chest unit. Probably just get back into StarCraft, to be completely honest. Been forever since I played an RTS. One and two. Actually, that's just so probably gonna be more from XP here. Actually, it doesn't seem like it. Seems like it's just the shoulder joints. Oh, I'm glad I followed where that went. Would have been a pain if that had gone anywhere else. Oh well, good reminder to brace the pieces so they don't go flying. Oh, XA, not H. I really should just sit down and do one of the Persona 5 too. As I said, I'm kind of too already familiar with Persona 4 to go back and play it. But I've kind of deliberately avoided learning too much about 5, so I can probably end up playing it someday. Oh, down here. GHBI 20. Yeah, well, I'm just now playing Hollow Knight. I picked that up probably not that long after launch. Probably the first time it went on good sale after launch. I picked it up just now getting around to playing it. Should be all from H. Nice. Oh, it's the seat. I see. I've got a bunch of. Let's not like realize going through my storage. I have like an Xbox One and a PS3. I haven't touched in literally probably a decade now. Yeah, I originally got the Xbox One to play Monster Hunter of all games. This is the game they got me to get the Xbox One. So I used to be a big Xbox. Like I had 360, right, the first Xbox and the 360 for the longest time. I started with Nintendo, and then I moved over to PlayStation. Then, yeah, that was my progression. It was my very first console was an Atari, but soon after I got an NES, and then I didn't own a Super Nintendo. I only really ever remember playing that at my uncle's. Did have an N64. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd actually have to sit down and think about my progression of consoles. I actually didn't own any. I think PlayStation 2 was my last PlayStation. I mean, I have a PS3 now, but I'm pretty sure it's just because I ended up, my roommate didn't want it when he moved. I don't think I ever actually bought a PS3 myself. Buy something I need. Yeah, I spent a lot of time playing GBA. GBA was definitely the Nintendo console, Nintendo handheld that I played the most. I think the original Pokemon Red or Blue was my like first buy a game on launch day game. I'm trying to think, and I think that's right. And I think every other game I was like games I got basically like on discount way after the fact. I think it's the first one I actually like saved up to try and get when it launched. Tale of Hysteria, nice. As I said, I've never played any of those, but I have a roommate that's super into them, so I've heard a ton about it. Oh, geez, what we're looking for. Seven and eight, front and back of the chest. G1. This one? That's what it says. Probably just a really weird angle in the instruction manual. Yeah, same. My family used to go to flea markets a lot, so majority of my games were bought there. Oh, A10, that's the piece I accidentally cut out earlier. Perfect. G16 and G17. Those red pieces we've used. Yeah, if anything, I might paint more bits of this kit red for contrast. It definitely kind of lacks a bit of color, which it's supposed to. It's supposed to be goddamn. It's called Deathscythe Hell. It's supposed to be edgy, which basically is all dark colors, but. Good. Oh, there is an eyepiece though. Well. Pilot's purple? Weird. Usually they're like white. Good old duo. Oh yeah, that looks like them. Give him this ponytail. Hell yeah, they did. Not on this one. Oh, even on this one a little bit. Polycap. Oh, these are tiny little caps. Set them off to the side here so I don't accidentally mix them in with nubs. Okay. Anything else we're missing? No. We have all the pieces we need for the chest. So, go through, clean them up. Starting, pieces we're going to be attaching last. Wow, this piece is so rough. Oh, because it's icy. Is that like an angle even on this side? Oh, and the nub is huge. Like, look how much contact area there is. That explains why it's coming out so rough. Yeah, I won't dig into that one too much. Red bits of detail. God, that's just giving me mad nostalgia for a time when you can actually like buy used PC games before every game checked its license key against some web server. As long as you had a CD key, you could install it. It was definitely a fairly narrow window in my gaming time, but God, I miss it. sanding this a bit, but that's after for the detailing phase. Yeah, I have very, very narrow memories of it, but I have at least one very distinct memory of playing. I don't remember which tower it is. I have to assume it's one of the later ones. Playing that in the back of my parents' business when I was like super young. I couldn't have been more than like 5 or 6. Like that's well past Atari's time too. As I mentioned, they spent a lot of time going to flea markets and setting up at flea markets, so I ended up exposed to fairly like out of date tech when I was young. Netcone, where are you? There you are. Go, there you go. I think I'll wait till I'll get it fully assembled and then I'll disassemble it to do some of the detailing type of thing. But I think part of that is I'm probably going to do these fins silver. Definitely not to the point where I really want to do a lot of like full kit painting. I imagine I'll probably reach that point at some time. But for the moment, I've really been enjoying just kind of doing detail, like touch up with paint and markers. Very rewarding without too much effort. Extra effort, that is. Okay. What do we got now? Oh, I'll snap that peg off. One and only polypath. I'm trying to save any of the kits I've done so far. I've used absolutely 0 polycaps. I don't think any of them have. Barbatos is probably my most, well, Barbatos and the Dynamics actually are probably my most recent kits. And they definitely use way less than a lot of the older kits. And actually, that fully tracks because I think my Physalis is my oldest kit. That would be so many polycaps. Like, they use polycaps as like part of construction rather than like where movement is going to be happening. It was interesting, to say the least. Cockpit. That isn't ever even really visible. I just noticed there's really no way to like open up this guy's cockpit. That's the same for all the wing kits. Oh, the Talgeese, I think, might have a way. I think that might be the only one. I definitely remember the game that got really into PC gaming early on. I had a PC for a while, but I never really got into playing games on it until I think it was Battlefield 1942. I think that was the one where I really started getting into PC gaming. This guy. I was digging through an old laptop. You found my old like LAN party kit of games on there, including the like completely cracked and easily spreadable version of Counter-Strike Source that had it play "Fuck the Police" every time you won as terrorists. Oh, got a pilot on the run. Where'd he go? Nub, nub, nub. Oh, got lots of nubs here to collect. Ah, there he is. Folds in my shorts. And those red pieces really stand out. Yeah, that and Age of Empires 2 are big LAN games. We had LAN parties. Throw a little UT in there. Oh, did I put this guy in backwards? I think I did. No? Oh, no, okay. I see. This piece slid on the wrong side. Oh, there you. Oh, why am I assembling? Got ahead of myself. Busy reminiscing about video games. God, I wanted to do it all clean and then assemble. Up here. And this one up. So let's actually backtrack a little bit. Oh, where did I put my part separator? Where did I put my part separator? That's a good question. Huh. Oh, yeah, it's probably over my desk. Need that. It's part. Oh, I could spare my hand. Yeah. Disassemble and pretend that didn't happen. Am I gonna decapitate Duo if I try and get this out? I might. There we go. I don't think there's any stickers in this part, right? I think all the stickers that are left are on the head. Okay. Let's get this organized for assembly. This is going to be the last step. Guys. Share. duo. 2 halves of the cockpit. Central part of the chest. And the 2 shoulders. There. There's the laid out pieces for the chest assembly. It's just a matter up, shoulder joint, the other shoulder joint, so, and then they both snap underside here, yeah, like this, right? Oh, I see. I had the wrong side on the wrong side. Gotcha. There. Fine. Okay, I got it. Snaps on there. This one snaps on this side. Get in the middle work so they're not too tight. Hurt the other parts. Ta-da. And part we accidentally did ahead of time. Take back. Insert a tiny man into his chair. Insert neck joints. So, man in his chair. Other side. And a retaining clip on the back is very loose. Oh, I see. It'll be secured more later. So the polycap into our waist, or lower chest waist. Sits. Why is it so loose? Did I put this on wrong? No. Oh, I see. It gets retained by these other pieces. Oh, what's on here? Oh, the bottom part's angled correctly. There it is. Chest. This snaps on these front pins. So small detail pieces. Top like that. chest piece. Want to make sure the cutout is towards the back. Rotate back like that. Ta-da. Armor slides up the bottom. A little loose, but that's because it gets secured by the front and back, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I missed the... There it is. Oh. Wait, those fins are like barely visible. That's crazy. I don't know if we'll actually go through and paint those silver because they're only like barely visible and they're right above this red piece, so it's even going to take more attention away from it. Your problem, buddy. That's the way they go in. These things are pretty hard to get out once they're in there. This is awkward. Everything's aligned properly, right? Yeah, looks like it. Oh, I see. That's why. They kind of fit in this groove here to help line it up. Yeah, very little of that silver was even going to be, or those fins are even going to be visible. So I'm not sure if it's worth painting them silver. Like I was thinking. There you go. You kind of got to push up on the bottom and then we get them in there. Yeah. Oh, and it actually does have a hatch. Oh, I'm going to eat my words. How does this fit in here? Go. It does have a hatch, okay. Hatch snaps up. There's your chest unit. I need some pieces to attach this to the waist, don't I? Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, just a few. Let's grab those real quick. Then we'll go for my break. C119 XA12. go. Slides in the bottom. It's waste bits. Everybody snaps into it. It snaps into the lower body. There we go. Coming along. Yeah, that's our torso pretty much completely done in the first half of this stream. So I actually think we might take a run at doing the head and at least one of the arms. The next time we might do the other arm and the wings. But yeah, thank you for joining me so far, everyone. I'm gonna take a quick 10-15 minute break here.
Are there more Gundam pilots like me?
I guess maybe not. I was gonna go for a little break there, but I guess I'm sticking around for a little bit. Hey Soul, how's it going? Thanks for the raid. Well, you caught me before I left at least. So let's say, I'll just lay it a little bit and we'll do the head. We'll take the break after do the head. How's it going? Yo, Jazzy. Thanks for joining me. Morning, dingy duck? Dingy ducky. Let's call you Ducky. That's cool. But, yeah, let's start getting this headpiece right. Just been making progress on the Deathscythe hell here. And it's actually something I was talking about as part of my stream. Let me disassemble him a little bit here to show it. I actually tried something different on the legs of this guy. One of the complaints I have with these Gundam Wing models is a lot of the panel lines on the legs are literally just panels, like in between parts of panels. So it's pretty hard to get decent panel lining done on there. He's not bad. He's very similar to a lot of the other wing kits. Like there's a lot of similar construction between them. But something I tried here is I actually went and painted the inside edge of all the panels with a black marker rather than panel line in it. Definitely, it shows up a lot more in the front perspective. It's a little subtler than I was thinking. It still turned out pretty okay. Oh, no worries at all, Shashi. Have a great night. Yeah, did you find anything in the Steam sale that really caught your eye? I haven't had a chance to take a look myself. Oh, Jesus. Oh, any standouts? Ones you're really excited for? Let's reassemble actually before I forget, otherwise it's just gonna sit here in pieces. Oh, nice! Yeah, David and I was great. I played that probably about 6 months ago or so. I actually think I did the back-to-back of that and Dredge. It was very similar nautical theme. The characters David and I were really good. That's definitely part of the standout for that one. Together. Yeah, let's get a head together before we go for a break. Nice. Yeah, I haven't really sat down and taken a look at it myself. Did you manage to get your airbrush cleaned? 5. Clear. Doohickey. I almost chopped that eye right off. So I'm trying to pay a little more attention to what we're doing here. Yeah, it seems like you were... I don't want to say struggling, because I don't think you were struggling. I think you're just... It was time consuming. Yeah. Like I said, maybe it'll teach you next time to clean it sooner. That's probably most of the problem. I've done that myself with my paintbrushes. It's always so much harder to clean them after you don't clean them right away. Beefing out snapping it. And it's all from this 8 spray. Punch from G. C. It's Year 2 isn't there. Oh, is it not actually? Oh no, it's just part of the straight piece. Nice. There we go. Yeah, this has been a pretty good kit so far. It's been a while since I've done the wing kits. And they're all very similar with their internal construction. I do kind of wish I could find a... I shouldn't say should find. I wish it was more... There was a more available, like, master grade Deathscythe Hell from the TV version. This one's nice, but I definitely think I prefer the TV version with it, the, like, double beam scythe. I like this guy's wings more than the TV version's wings. But the lack of the double beam scythe is a little disappointing. Oh, it's all from this one. Ooh, get some of these red bits. Nice red chin. Red cheeks. Oh, is he blushing? Actually, I just noticed he's red cheeks more than anything. Yeah, well, it's honestly construction-wise, it's almost identical. Like it's so far, it's literally just been a recolor. So all the parts for every piece I put together so far has been exactly the same. I think it has unique shoulders and the unique wings. But like the actual body construction is like exactly the same. I think, yeah, this was actually the first kit I built on stream, was the Deathscythe. I had done some of the other wing mechs off stream before I had started streaming, but I think that was my first one I did on stream. And I think there's actually other parts of the head. I'll have to do some stickers. It's to be expected. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't see your box thing, but yeah, the good old Deathscythe Hell. It took me a long time to realize what this other beam was, but it's like the trail for the slash. I spent a good chunk of the start of the stream trying to think about that and figure it out. Yeah. Get this stuff all prepped for assembly. awkward position. I don't want to do much pressure on these fins. Yeah, when I first did these way back. I was probably, I think, like 12 maybe when I did my first kit. But I only ended up ever doing like 1 or 2 HG kits then. And then I didn't touch them probably for, God, it hurts to say, but it probably was like 2 decades. Then I got back and started getting into building master grades. Yeah, it's at the time where they were really cool to put together, but I was definitely much more worried, much more concerned for like the end products, like as an action figure probably, which is probably why I didn't touch them again for so long. As an action figure, they're pretty fragile. Oh, I don't know. It's just the posability. Like I really, not posability, sorry. The shelf presence. That's the word I was looking for. I imagine if like all your kits were high grades, it probably wouldn't matter as much. But whereas I already have quite a few master grades, it just makes the high grades look like a little too dinky on the shelf. I've noticed. So I definitely think I'm in for master grades, or for at least 1/100 scale. Yep. And I guess, as I said, not needing a ton of shelf space for high grades is definitely an appeal, I imagine. But I don't think I've ever done a real grade kit without hurting my fingers at some point during the build. The amount of detail a lot of those have, but at that size, just basically requires you to put way too much force on really tiny, sharp pieces. Yeah, I don't know if I ever showed it off to you last time you were here. I got that full armor ZZ all done. It's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with how he turned out. Yeah, I'm really happy with some of the like little custom painted details I did around it. Really definitely makes it a little more, because that's the one thing I really didn't like, is how a lot of this stuff was just white panels with the decals. So I added like all this little red around in spots. Notice the legs are a little loose, so I might end up going and putting a bit of Mod Podge on the joints to tighten them up at some point, but that is, yeah, I've definitely eyed the O here and there. I think I probably won't ever ended up getting an O, but I think if I ever see a Nightingale, one of the like real mechanics Nightingales, I'm definitely gonna snatch that up. I think that's the like big suit I want to get. It's the Nightingale. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that, but I needed a break from big kits for a while. So that's why I went for the relatively simple Deathscythe Hell I had. I think it's the simplest model I have in my backlog. I have a Ball Verka as well, but I kind of want to actually put some effort into that one. So I decided to kind of put it off for a little bit. Yeah, I saw a lot of the like brochure. Brochure isn't the right term, but that essentially that for that PG ball. It looks pretty goddamn sick. Faceplate clean. I have got an idea for maybe a kit bash I want to do once I get that ball together. It all depends on how. I gotta take a look at the actual connections the ball gun uses. So I have like a feedback from Armored Core. Absolutely, Solrav. Thanks again for the raid and thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Yeah, I got my feedback from Armored Core here. I was thinking of trying to see how similar the joint is on the head. I can't imagine it's that similar. But in like Gundam Breaker, I ended up making a mech that you basically replace the head part with the balls gun, and it actually looks kind of sick. Oh no, weak little waist joints giving out. Let's get this head finished. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night there, Solrav. Go. Apply those stickers. Oh, over here. Oh, okay. Wanted you to stick to the toothpick, but if you want to stick my finger, I guess you can. These are always fun, aren't they? Tight against that top part. Well, thankfully, it's actually pretty well centered. The other side's peeling up. go. It actually didn't end up too bad. It's not perfect, but pretty damn close. See, it wraps around here a little bit too that way, but at least height position pretty good. Should work. I should really get, because there's like a special like tool you can use for applying these eyes, aren't there? Basically a form you can stick the sticker in and stick the piece in to press it in. I saw them once, but for a long time I haven't seen them since. These guys are going front and back. I love sticking my finger. A little high. There we go. The one on the back. Totally missed the prop or one of these toothpicks I made with a rounded tip for pressing on stickers. But rolled off my desk somewhere. Wait a minute, actually. Oh well. Be the biggest deal. I think the parts that are off center are going to be covered by other parts anyway. Oh, it has a little slide to it too. Wow, this actually moves on the surface way more than I expected it would. There we go. Cool. Stickers applied. It's organized for assembly. That's perfect. Here's the V-fin. Back of the skull case. Eyes. Front of the skull case. actually, it's the first. The front's the last part that goes on. Boom. Oh, I have to. Wait. Oh, the cheeks get installed in this. Okay. There. I should build this piece up first. So there's all the pieces for the head. Stub. Back panel. What? Chin text keys. Where did they go? Oh, okay, yeah, they go over top, I see. That almost seems like that's too big for those slots. Maybe they don't go in all the way, maybe they just stick a little. That can't be right. Maybe it's angled in the wrong area. Oh, maybe they. Oh, they're tapered. Okay. So it should be able to slide right in there. I just don't want to put too much force on this tiny, tiny piece. Oh, wrong here. Oh, that explains it. I'm trying to put it in narrow ways, and I should be trying to put it in wide ways, like this. That makes more sense. Yeah, this is definitely one of the reasons I much prefer high-grade master grade kits to high-grade kit and real grade kits. Is a lot of the real grade kits I've done have been a lot of like tiny piece work like this, and this is definitely my least favorite part of builds. Dealing with real small pieces, having to put a lot of pressure on them. Get them seat where you want them to. Ow, ow, ow. Fingies. This might be a cleanup issue, actually. I think we need to clean the sides of this up a bit better. Yeah, there's nub marks there that are probably making this a little too tight. Just can't actually grip this that well. Go. There we go. Nice and smooth. Try number 2. Oh, that fits way better. Yeah, that's much more secure. Yeah, the mouthpiece fits right on. Plug that back of the briefcase. Insert our eyes. yellow being visible back there is kind of weird. Insert our blushing cheeks. Either side of the front. Slide over the face. Oh, that's what those yellow bits are. It's the Vulcans. So, and our refin. Those eyes look good. Hell yeah. Actually, all the stickers look pretty good. Now, the true question, is the head identical to the regular Deathscythe? You know it is, and it actually has worse color separation, because that has the red bit in the center of the V-fin. But it doesn't have colored Vulcans. Very interesting. But yeah, now seems like a decent time. I'm gonna go for my break. Get back and start working on the arms. Thanks for joining me so far, everyone. I will be back in approximately 10 minutes. Talk to you soon. Welcome back, everyone. We are making real good progress on hitting this guy tonight. Waist unit, chest, head all done so far. Start cracking on the arms. Oh, your chair's getting caught on my format. There we go. How much in terms of all this? I'll compare it to how much the back unit's gonna be. Oh, back unit's a bit more involved. Okay, let's get started on the arms. Actually, these shoulders and arms are actually some of the more unique parts of this kit compared to the regular Deathscythe. It's different shoulders for sure. Get these pieces started. Chat. Two pairs of 1, 3, 4. 6 is used lower down, so we're actually taking every piece of the screw. Yeah, as I said, it's kind of been surprising. I shouldn't be surprised at this point. That's obviously how they're going to do it. It's just reuse as many parts as possible. But yeah, every bit of this kit I've built so far has been the exact same as the regular MG Deathscythe. And like a lot of the internal construction is honestly very similar to most of the wing kits. actually a little bit deja vu-ish because I kind of went through the same thing when I did the Talgeese Flugel after building the Talgeese. I really like my Talgeese Flugel, but I can't really put it on my desk because the wings on it basically attract and catch on sprues like nothing else. So I had it on my desk, I always catch on it. Okay. Please get some internal bits. This guy, right? Yeah. 13. Down here. I'd like to find a better stand solution for my Sasmi as well. I have him on a action base 1 right now, and it is I can't really put him in too dynamic a pose because the base really struggles with his weight. There's still a problem to this, but the main problem I had with this guy is with the armor on, his leg joints are a little loose. So to get him into like a similar pose to what I was really kind of want to get him into, I would need to go in and tighten up his joints a bit. What else do I need here? Anything else from I? Here, so XBs 11, 13. And shelf this one. Same again for the other arm. Oh, whole bunch from D. Sorry, voice is getting a little gravelly there. Clear my throat. Wait, is there... Oh, okay. I was about to say, it wants 2 of each, but I didn't see another D sprue, but it's just numbered weirdly. There's a pair. Yeah, and as I mentioned previously, I usually actually kind of build as I go while snipping this stuff off. But I've been, for this model, because it's so similar to the old Deathscythe, I wanted to try something a little bit different. So I've been going through and basically cutting every single piece out, prepping them all at once, and then doing big one long assembly phase at the end. It's been different. Cool. It's all for D. So that's the end of this brew. Away from this one. Hell yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, let's get the rest of the arm pieces we need out. First, let's do a little splitting here. Boom. Same piece, same piece. Cool. So from here on out, it's different depending on which arm. Our elbow joints out. After this step, that is. The elbow joints seem to be identical. So the other arm. Yeah, I've been really enjoying playing through Hollow Knight. Got the last of the 3 Dreamers last night. Just working on the boss in Queen's Garden. Once I finish, wrap that up, I think we got not a whole lot left for. Oh, I'm sure there's more I'm not aware of, but at least based on what I haven't been able to get to on the map, not a whole lot of other areas to go to. Cool. Elbow. Right arm, which will be my right pile. 13 and 15. I still haven't done anything in the like Gladiator. I need to go do that. There's like the Hall of area. I also haven't really done much in. I definitely have lots of other stuff I could be doing. And I've pretty much wrapped up all the new stuff. It's easy. Back to just doing my dailies and that. Yeah, I think it's probably time for me to start diving back into StarCraft. I'm having trouble thinking about what game I want to play next. I think that's gonna be the one. I'm gonna leave the this specific kit or like the TV version, Deathscythe Hell. I think they've announced there's like the new version of the TV version Deathscythe Hell coming out. I don't know if we're gonna get an endless waltz one. Honestly, there's parts like I like the wings more on the endless waltz version, but I definitely like the double beam scythe that the TV version has. Right. Cool. Orb there. Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I know they've been pretty consistently releasing new wing kits in high grade. I agree with that. What am I looking for here? Lost my place. Okay, I think it's all we need for this. Just grab the stuff I need here. Notably the thumb. Anything else? Nope, just the thumb. Wait, that actually finishes off these sprues too. This is getting cleaner. More sprues down. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Definitely kind of wish I was more into the HD kits because it would definitely save me on shelf space. But I'm pretty locked in at 1/100 master grade. Two. Wait, which one is two? Oh, they're both two. Okay. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Definitely, especially with the bigger ones, like the guys I have at my desk here. They're very much like kind of pose them and don't touch them again. So I can definitely see that being another point towards like the much more manageably sized and weighted high grades. Neat. Yeah, I heard like the what was it? It was the real grade Wing Zero that came out like last year. That one's supposed to be pretty amazing. The pose good at posing. Yeah, I've got like a short list of kits I eventually want to pick up just because I've heard people how good of like a build and like how solid they are opposing. It's that one. I've heard the narrative Verkaw has like the best hands of almost any model. I'm kind of curious to see that. So that's probably gonna be my next Verkaw pickup. One. And four. That's it. This sprue. That's the other arm from this sprue. Oh yeah, yeah. Within its grade, that's what definitely the specification for it. I've heard. I haven't actually seen much of the Psycho Gun. I've seen the Zeog's hand, obviously, but I haven't seen much of the Psycho Gun arms. I know they're very similar to the Zeog. Oh, polygraph. Listen. About that. Perfect. I have heard that that's like the semi-recent like HD kit was that, right? It's HG, but because of how big the Psycho Gun is, it's still a big kit. Yeah, I've been really enjoying the last couple recent kits I've done. I think the newest one I did is either my Barbatos or the Dynamosphere. But I think I got everything else I need. Yeah, start the cleanup. Sip of coffee. Oh yeah, I heard the old one had a lot of issues, but that's because it's really old. Okay, doesn't really matter where we start. These are the ones that are probably going to be the most visible. Should be the cleanest. As I said, I'm just kind of building it together right now, just to get the build done. And then I'll probably be taking it apart to kind of clean up some of these number marks and sanding and do a bit of detailing. The number marks don't look the cleanest, so hold them against me. I plan to come back to them. That and some of the seam lines on these pieces. This piece in particular looks pretty rough. seam lines on both sides. Just get most of the bulk out of there, and then we'll do the cleanup with Mr. Sanding Sponge at a later time. We want to get rid of that seam line too. I think I did pretty good getting rid of them on the feet. Apparently. That's the one I haven't done. I don't know how well that actually shows up on camera. Yeah, I can see that. Was it there? Are they actually working on like a new wing animation project? The stuff from like the very end of their like anniversary stuff, where it was all of them like cloaked up. It's like the Glory to the Losers stuff that never actually got animated, right? Or that not all of it got animated. I think some of like that's where Flugel's from. Yeah, that's what I thought. I hadn't heard anything like completely definite, but from a lot I've heard, it seems like it's probably coming. This stuff's pretty good. Probably still go at it, try and get rid of some of these nub marks. But as I said, probably do a lot of that off stream because I'm very slow at sanding. Oh, okay, still a ways off. But that's kind of be expected with how the like degree of doneness of what they've shown has been. Very teaserish. Usually indicates we're a ways off. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love the yeah, I've heard about Gundam 8, but I love their like anime anniversary videos. There's like two really good ones that like basically go through all the protagonist specs. I love those. I watch those fairly regularly. Mechs, suits. I need to get back to watching some of the other series. I've only really watched any amount of Wing. Heard IBO is really good. That's probably the next one I go to. I've heard G Gundam's actually pretty good too. That's definitely a little more silly. I know it's not actually, none of the Gundams are silly, but oh, a lot of people love G Gundam. awesome. Oh yeah, should mention I am going to be playing Jackbox with a bunch of friends. Usually try to get together every couple months to play some. I'll probably be streaming that actually. Always have a good time with Jackbox. Actually, I had a fantastic time last time I played it. Probably helped a little by the alcohol, but a few things there. Yeah, the IBO is definitely one of the ones I've gotten recommended quite a bit. Clips of it I have seen have really, yeah, kind of caught me a lot. It was a lot more striking than a lot of some of the other stuff. No marks pretty good. Still probably end up saying it. This is an external plate, I think. I think it's possible that'll probably end up being what I do. Although I will say I have been getting steadily faster at sanding as well. Oh, there's an Armored Core 6 announcement? Like game announcement or model announcement? Oh, damn. So I know they showed off Chatty is going to be the next like pilot suit they release. Looking forward to that. That also probably means we're probably going to get Carla pretty soon as well. Yeah, they've been showing off the prototype for Velteus for like 2 years now. So that's not really surprising. Or I guess 2 years might be a little exaggerated since considering when the game came out, but it's been at least multiple trade shows now where I've seen pictures of that prototype. That's good. That'd be a good kit. That's definitely one of the better bosses in that game to make a kit of. Is that going to be part of their 30mm line, or is that going to be like Kotobukiya? I didn't actually remember who was showing that off. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting to think of. I don't have a huge affinity for a lot of Super Sentai stuff, but I definitely like a lot of the designs. I do wish P-Band had shipped to Canada. When I got the Altron, the Flugel, I actually had a friend in the States basically reship it to me. I got hit with a bunch of fucking tariff dog shit. Ended up costing like an extra 15% or some shit. I never actually ended up watching Gunbuster. Really like the clips I've seen of it, but I never actually sat down to watch it. It was Gunbuster and Diebuster, right? That's basically like the two shows in that series. I'm sure there's more, obviously, but those are the two big ones. Okay, yeah, just wasn't 100% sure. Those are the only two I had heard of, but I'm always open. There's a lot more than I hear of stuff. Okay, one arm's worth of parts done. Do the other arm. Slide these up here a little bit. They're less likely to get nubs mixed in. Okay. Oh, so there's... Yeah, I definitely should check that out. Okay. Corner's definitely pretty rough. That said, I'll get the same eventually. smooth at least. Okay. I do eventually want to get a Gurren from Code Geass. Yeah, it's Code Geass. I do really like that design, even though it's very anime-ish. I kind of would want one without the wings, honestly. I kind of like just the base model of it a bit. Not the base model, but like the upgraded version with the arm, but before it gets the wings. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, is it really only 7 episodes? Oh, the Gurren from Code Geass. I can probably bring up a picture of it. I think it's called the Gurren. It's Callan's mech. Yeah, here's the upgraded one. Actually, now that I think of it, it actually kind of looks like a lot of the Tengatoppa designs as well. Yeah, I think this is the one I'd want. The one without the wings. Bring this up. I have a browser window here. Window capture. There it is. Yeah, this one. Like I said, it's definitely a much more like anime-ish design. That. Yeah, this is the one with the wings. I like the arm on the one with the wings, but I don't like the chest design as much. Yeah. Yeah, and like, I don't know. Those poses don't do that design very well. It's very much meant to be kind of crouched over and like using its huge claw arm. It looks pretty good in action poses. Yeah, I don't remember the chest looking that big on the actual like from the anime, so I think that might just be a partially perspective thing as well. Yeah, well, those are much smaller than a lot of suits. Like, I think those are only supposed to be like 5 meters tall. Like the cockpit is basically a person like sitting on a motorcycle in there type style. Yeah, the Mexican Code Geass are definitely a lot smaller. A lot of shows. That's funny because that's usually the opposite. Usually the like box art for a lot of these suits are way cooler than a lot of the designs themselves. Well, that pose, they like, if you go to like the Gundam wiki or whatever, the pose that all the Gundams are by default is like the most unflattering pose. It's like they tried to make it look like a really boring toy. I know it's just to have like a standard thing to kind of show differences, but it does not help. Yeah. Oh, what was his name? I actually went to a panel of one of the Gundam designers. He didn't do a lot of them. It was like Hideki Tenjin or something like that. I have like a print somewhere where he signed. That was pretty cool. He definitely hadn't done a lot of the designs from what I remember. He was really only on one series. I just can't remember what series it was. That's probably gonna bug me. I'll look that up here in a second. Okay. It's eating at me enough now. Hitaka Tenjin. Which series? Oh, it was Gundam Evolve, but he was Macross. Yeah. Macross, Soso no Aquarian, Frontier, Delta Macross. Oh, okay. That's what it was. I knew there was some other non-Gundam series he was more famous for. I just couldn't remember it. Yeah, it was a cool panel. He basically just did a live go through of how he draws. Basically drew a illustration throughout the panel and explained his work process. It was really actually pretty interesting. Progress. I do want to get like a proper Gundam unicorn kit at some point, but I like the design of the full armor, but I've heard the full armor will cause kind of a hand grenade. I almost picked up the MGX at one point, but basically everything I read about it basically convinced me I'd be just better off getting the PG and Cosmos kit if I ever want it. But that's probably would be a ways off. That's the main problem I have is like a lot of the suits that have PG versions aren't like my favorite suits in any way. I've heard like the Perfect Strike's really good in PG. That's been probably the one that's most appealed to me of them. Yeah, I've heard people really don't like the lighting strips it uses. This is the main thing I heard about it. I heard everything else about it is great. That's the one consistent complaint I've heard about it. Is its lighting is kind of a pain compared to like the Cosmos kit on the PG. Oh yeah, I heard the build quality on it is amazing. Just that one aspect a lot of people had issues with. Off angle. Nasty. Oh well, let's not fret. We will recover. Oh, that might be. That could be do it, but oh, pretty paints so much that MGX. It just sucks. There's an aspect of it that isn't great. See, there actually isn't a whole lot left of this guy. It's just his back, his wings, and scythe, pretty much. To get these arms done. I have to think of what I'll do next stream from this guy. I know the wings will take a full stream. I'll probably find something to fill the time. Start on my customization or maybe try some of the dry transfers. I really have. I tried doing the dry transfers on my Epion. I really didn't like them, but that was also quite a while ago. I kind of want to give it another shot. I think the Ball Verka has dry transfers as well. I definitely kind of want to do those on that one. So I might use this kit as my practice kit for them. Hell yeah. Assembly time. Let's lay these pieces out. Finish off the coffee before we get going. Before it gets any colder. Okay, so let's start from the end here. This piece. Then probably the hand machine. Bit. Cup. This piece. It's true. The bootlegs are definitely becoming more and more attractive. Mobile construction. Cool. That actually looks good. With the other arm. Oh my god. Careful. Set out. Yeah, there's definitely some official kits out there that the rarity is just driven their cost up so much that it's absolutely not worth it to go for the official. And that's even if you can find it, even regardless of the cost. Oh, I've got some pieces. Yeah, these couple in the ace brew I missed. Let's try not to mess up our lining up. $5.24 for each. Actually, this is going to finish off this ace too. Strong spear there. This is cleaned up. I think I've already pretty much settled though that I think my first like third-party bootleg is gonna probably be the Supernova Heavy Arms. That one looks real good. It's kind of closer to what the price point I want to hit. I know you can get some real cheap bootlegs too. I want to get a Heavy Arms custom at some point. That one, especially the one that comes with the Eagle units. It's real good. I love the extra set of Gatling guns and the shoulder mounts for them. Either that, or if I manage to find one for a decent deal, I might try for like the Monument repair Talgeese. That one looks really cool as well. Well, that's definitely a little over my price point at the moment. And shell space, to be honest. I definitely don't have any shell space for a PG right now. Yeah, because like that Fenrir Barbados just came out fairly recently, didn't it? I heard that one's another amazing third-party kit. Oh yeah, the Ingram. I saw that. The Ingram looked pretty sweet. The like holster leg gimmicks seemed really slick. Oh, what got bonked? Wow, way to take things out of context there, Automod. I don't like the Chinese got that flagged. Yeah, it's a little. That's the one problem with a lot of the like non-Gundam uh third-party models I don't like is a lot of them are way over busy. That's something a lot of the Chinese kids definitely have. Granted, you can also go in the other direction. I find a lot of some of the official Bandai designs are a little oversimplified, simple in bits, especially on their older kits. But I definitely find a lot of the unique, like original Chinese kit makers' designs definitely lean towards. What's the term a lot of them use it for? It's giving, or that's not right. I don't remember what it is. Yeah. Yeah, most of the stuff I really liked about the Fenrir was like on the inner frame. When it's all put together, it's definitely a little over the top. The inner frame looks really slick. Huh? Yeah, that's the Kasharcha and the Physalis ones. Yeah, those are nice. They definitely have a bit more design like busyness to them than the like default kits, but it's the right balance. It's enough to make it look mechanical without overdoing it. Oh, snub. Which was the GPO 3? I'm really bad at remembering those ones. Yo, Sora, welcome. Let me look that up real quick. Drobian. Oh, that one. Yeah, that one's neat. What is the one design I keep seeing a lot of recently that I'm starting to really want? Burninator? Is that what it was called? Full Burninator? Something like that? No, not Burning Gundam. I've seen a lot of people post. Oh yeah, the FB. Yeah, I thought that might be one of the ones you were talking about. Oh, one FB. Yeah, full burn-in. That's it. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people like post pictures of the collection having that one in it. That one definitely looks pretty neat. Definitely has a bit of the like fat feet that the Zolus has. And I love the boosters on that one specifically. I really like those kind of weird cylindrical back boosters. Not cylindrical, but like conical. Yeah. It's true, they do. Like the Vizalis' like shoulder boosters are neat. And finally, the last bit of the shoulders. There we go. I think we're ready to assemble. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing I've heard is they're very old kits. Yeah, let's start assembling. Oh, it's on like a track. That's neat. Oh wait, let's start right here. So Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I picked up the Ultron. I think it was on the drop before the last one. So I got mine like near the end of last year. I got it and the Flugel. This is upside down. What if let's flip it over? Now it's not upside down. Never got a as cool design. Detail pieces added on here. Yeah, that's where I'm at a lot. I don't know where I'm gonna put the rest of my kits in my backlog. I'm probably just gonna have to reorganize the shelf behind me to fit more kits into it. Desk is definitely getting pretty packed. My bookshelf over there is getting pretty packed. I have like this windowsill here completely full. Go. Hell yeah. That's probably what I'm gonna try and do. Okay, now we combine all these pieces. Here. This other side. Yeah, that sounds like that would take up a ton of space. There we go. Shoulder assembly. And finally, we have a piece unique from the regular Deathscythe kit. Literally everything from the head down to the legs is identical in these two kits so far. Which honestly is not unexpected. Arm piece. Let's put all this together. I was tempted to get that when the turn X started popping off again, but I think I'll just hold off on those ones. I gotta work through my backlog before I get anything new. Let's Twitter talk. Rotation. This bumps on the outside. Nice and secure. Their unique part. There's the arm. Universal elbow joints, not universal. Cells, elbow. Oh, I see. Okay. So part here. Snaps on. I've heard the Trinity is a nice kit. I have zero affinity for that series. I know almost nothing about it. I know it's like very like late timeline. Oh, I should install this piece first. Let's pop it back out. Yeah, I guess affinity's the wrong term. I just don't know enough about it, anything about it. So it's not a matter of not having an affinity. I just don't have a familiarity. That's the word I was fishing for. Word. Oh, I gotta make sure I line this up properly too. This way. Oh, okay, that's what was going on. I had it in backwards. Much easier. Down. Ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah, it's pretty similar. I guess it's only the arm covering that's slightly, mostly different. On the side. Arm done. Let's do the other side. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen that. It's like the assault version of. I know it isn't Steel Haze technically, but it's that suit. I have seen that. That one looks pretty sick. Okay. I see. I've only done the feedback Kotobukiya kit for Armored Core. I haven't done it pretty much any other ones. I don't have a huge amount of experience with their stuff. Neat. I imagine that will be pretty good. I heard really good things about their first like Steel Haze release. Go. Shoulders together. Do this whole arm by memory. Neat. Yeah, as I said, I seen a bunch of that kit. I hadn't really heard any like personal reviews on from people though. Looked good from all the pictures I saw of it. Arm done. Ooh, rough edge there. Trim that up. On. Yeah, I saw a lot of that discourse online a little while ago. It's, I don't know. I always, oh, if they made kits of them, we'd buy that. People would buy them. Can't blame people for buying kits you don't make. It's very bootlicker behavior. Oh, his take was definitely chill. It's just people taking that and running with it. Oh. Uh, that's not right. Oh, did I put the panel on? Oh, no. Just silly. Put this part on backwards. There we go. There we go. Got our arms. Very loose back skirts. Probably tighten those up too at some point. There we go. So I'd say we're like 85, 90% of the way there. It's just the wings and the scythe. It's nice that we're starting to get a couple more unique parts, even if it's just some of the arms. I do like the color scheme better. I also got to work and tighten up that knee that came loose. That shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. It's fun working on this. I'll probably be back next week to finish this guy up. I don't really know what I'll be doing. Because as I said, I think putting the wings and the scythe on him will probably only take me an hour and a half at most. But I'll maybe start doing some of the dry transfers or something like that. Let's take a peek and see if we can have someone we can raid into. Well, we could do Cobalt. That might be a decent idea. Let's take a peek see who else we got. Oh, probably radiant to Korg. He's working on some model. Actually, looks like it might be a figure model. That might be interesting. Yeah, once again, thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your night and a lovely rest of your week. I'll be back on Sunday playing some more Hollow Knight. I'll probably be back doing more of this model building. Probably next Tuesday, I think. I don't think I got a ZZZ stream that'll take up Tuesday for another couple weeks, so let's say Tuesday we'll be back at the modeling desk. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I'm gonna head you on over to Korg. Take care.